everyone, it's Joanne and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I'm doing a recommendations. Since it's October and Halloween is coming up and it's kind of like supposed to be a spooky time of year, I decided that I am going to be doing a book recommendation video about books that have ghosts in it. So I read a lot of YA, and these ghost books, some of them are creepy, but they're not going to be like hardcore horrors because I don't read those kind of books. So yeah, that's what this video is going to be about. My makeup today is supposed to be Anne Boleyn. You know, in English history, she was one of King Henry VIII's wives who got her head chopped off. So I kind of did it where it's like they half chopped her head off. And I use liquid latex for it to make it look like this, and lots of fake blood and everything, and it's so gross because a close was like this, and then when I go like that, like the blood comes shooting out. It's really gross. And yeah, so that's what I decided to do today, and this is the makeup for it. So let's get started with the recommendations. Now, a lot of these books I do own, but they are somewhere in one of the bins in my apartment, so I'm just going to show pictures of them. I do have a few books with the physical copy, but most of them are put away, so sorry. So I'm going to start off with a series that I really like, and that is called the Bad Girls Don't Die series by Katie Alander. There are 3 books in this series or trilogy, and the first one is called Bad Girls Don't Die, the second one is From Bad to Cursed, and the third one is As Dead as It Gets. So these books focus around a girl named Alexis and her experiences with ghosts and the paranormal. In my opinion, the first book is the best one, the second one is okay, and the third one is better than the second. So the first book is where a ghost possession takes place of Alexis's sister. And Alexis has to deal with figuring out why her sister is acting differently, and then figure out what to do about the ghosts and everything. So I really liked that one. The second one has to do with a kind of group that is summoning like a supernatural being to give them whatever they want. So then Alexis has to deal with that because her sister is once again involved. And in the third book, there's a whole bunch of deaths happening, and she has to figure it out what's happening and who the ghosts are. So I really like this series. It's really quick and it's fun and it's easy to read. I liked Alexis a lot. She reminds me kind of when I was in high school. She's like a punk rocker girl, and she doesn't really care about what anybody has to say to her, and I just really like that about her. The next recommendation is another ghost series, and that is The Ghost and the Goth by Stacy Cade. I love these books so much. The first one is The Ghost and the Goth, the second one is Queen of the Dead, and the third one is Body and Soul. These books are hilarious because of the characters. The basic plot of the first book is that the ghost is a girl named Alana. She's a high school student, and she dies one day at school. And for some reason, she's not moving on, so she's stuck on Earth. The other character is Will, who is a boy in Alana's school, and he has the ability to see ghosts. So now that Alana is a ghost, Will can see her, and she kind of enlists him to help her, but it's kind of funny because he doesn't want to help her, but she just won't leave him alone. The dynamics between them is hilarious because at first Will hates Alana. He hated her when she was alive, and he doesn't like her while she's dead either. And Alana never really gave Will the time of day because he wasn't popular like she was, so she's not too happy that she's stuck with him. And it's just them trying to figure out why Alana hasn't moved on. I'm not really going to go into the second and third book, the synopsis of it, because I don't want to spoil it, but I will say that throughout the series you could see Alana going from the selfish teenager who wants to be the princess and doesn't care what anybody says. She walks all over anybody, and you could see her change to become a caring person. Even though she's a ghost, she's caring, she sacrifices things to do what's right, and she just grows so much in the books, and I really like that. I think this series is really good, and it's also really funny, so I recommend check it out. The next series that I'm going to recommend is the Shades of London series by Maureen Johnson. The books in this series include The Name of the Star, The Madness of the Neath, and The Shadow Cabinet. And there's supposed to be another one, but we don't know when it's coming out yet. I haven't read The Shadow Cabinet, but I've read the first two books. And they're basically, the first book is about a girl named Rory who goes to England and to a boarding school, and new Jack the Ripper-like murders are happening. And she falls into a group of secret police who are there to combat the ghosts. And this person who is killing people in Jack the Ripper style, only Rory can see them and nobody else can, so she ends up working with the group of law enforcement to find out who the ghost is. And this happens in the second book also. It's not about Jack the Ripper, but there are murders and there's things that Rory has a new ability to deal with. In my opinion, the second book was a lot better than the first one. I liked Rory well enough, she didn't really bother me. I loved the secret police group, I think there's three of them. The three of them, they were so funny and I just really liked it a lot. I liked the mystery and I liked the romances that happen in the book, especially in the second one. And maybe that's why I like that one more, because of the romance that happened. But yeah, these books are really good. I haven't read the third one yet. I'm waiting to read it, but I'm still in my slump, so I don't know when I'll read it. The next book that I'm going to recommend is Swoon by Nina Malkin. I'm going to be honest, I read this book years ago, and I just remember really, really loving it. What happens is the main character, Dice, is noticing that her cousin is being possessed by a ghost. Somehow something happens where Dice ends up getting him out of her cousin's body, but making him manifest into a physical form. And it's a romance, so she kind of has to stop him, but she's also falling for him. And I just remember really, really liking this book a lot. I know it sounds kind of lame, but I remember really, really liking it, so you could check it out if you want to. My next recommendation is a duology, and that is the Anna Dressed in Blood duology. And the books are Anna Dressed in Blood and Girl of Nightmares. And I love these books so much, especially the first one. The second one I really liked, but to me it felt like there didn't really need to be a second book. The first book had a solid ending, so the second one didn't really need to be written. I still liked it, but I felt like it was unnecessary. These books have to do with a ghost named Anna. The main character of the book is a boy named Cass, who is kind of a ghost hunter. So he has moved around with his mother. His mother is supposedly a witch. So he has moved around with her, and he goes and he fights ghosts and destroys them. So he moves to a new town, and he hears that there is a malevolent ghost who lives in a house, and that anybody who goes inside the house, she automatically kills. So he decides that he's going to go check it out, because he's going to go he's going to go fight her. So he goes inside the house with somebody else, and she kills the other person, but she doesn't kill him. And so he makes it out of the house, so he's wondering why she didn't kill him, and he has to go in and figure out how he could destroy her. Along the way, he meets two friends, and the story takes off from there. Anna does have a part in the book. She's not just the ghost that needs to be taken out. She actually is a character, and I really liked her character, and I liked Cass, and I liked his group of friends. They were hilarious. There are some one-liners in these books that had me dying laughing. Like, I actually laughed out loud at it. It was just so funny. I liked Kendare Blake's writing. She's sarcastic, and she's very descriptive, and she writes a good plot, but I love the sarcasm from the characters and the things that they say. It is just so funny. So I really like these two books a lot. If you're going to read any of them, definitely the first one. It's the best. And I was not expecting to love this book as much as I did, but oh my god, I love it so much. It's one of my favorites. And the last books I'm going to be recommending is from another duology, and that is the Mary duology by Hilary Monahan. The first one is Mary the Summoning, and the second one is Mary Unleashed. Now, I'm recommending these because these are the only books that I've read in a long time that have scared the shit out of me. the description of Bloody Mary in these books is fucking scary. It scared the crap out of me. I have a whole review about these two books, so I'll link them down below. But very quickly, these books are obviously about Bloody Mary. It's about a group of friends who call Bloody Mary, and she breaks out of the mirror and she goes to torment them. And she wants to kill them. And they're figuring out how to get rid of her, and they're figuring out her origins and where she came from. These books are scary. Like, it creeped me out, like, a lot. These books, overall, were really good, and they're creepy. So, this is perfect for the Halloween season. So, I recommend these books. So, that's it for my ghost recommendations video. I hope you liked it, and I hope you guys will check any of these books out. If you do, you can let me know, and let me know what you thought of them. And that's it. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time with another video. Bye!